Okay, here we are in part 2. Now where we left off was we had our loop, and then I took one of the tag ends and I'm going to connect it with one of the long ends to sort of use the natural wax. Same thing on the other side. And I'm going to use a part of a cabinet hardware to hook it onto. Alright. Whoops, don't do that. Alright. Okay. Now what we're just going to do is start twisting away. Okay. And you're going to see it's going to start to want to actually wrap itself, but I'm going to give it a little assistance. Did I go the wrong way? I always get this part confused. Let's see if it's this way. Yeah, okay, see how it's starting to come over on itself? So we're going to go clockwise with it, and then I'm going to wrap under, just sort of give it some assistance. Clockwise, and then I'm going to wrap counterclockwise. So this way, and wrap. This way. Clockwise twist, counterclockwise wrap. Clockwise twist, counterclockwise wrap. Twist. And I'm just going to keep going with that until all of the strands sort of bury themselves inside this big twisted area. See, you're going to get these little tag ends start, but the more you do this, and also keep the long ends, they're going to want to twist up on you. Try to keep them separate, because you want to keep these when you do the other end. You don't want them to unravel on you, because if they start twisting on their own, twisting up on their own, they're going to unwind when you start to do the other end. Now I find that I let go of this though, darn it. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's just finish this up. Now what I usually do with this, guys, is when I serve my string, I like to put some serving string on the end of this as well, and just tie this down so it doesn't unravel. That's just a big thing for me, and I think it's important. But you can see how those tag ends just sort of, for the most part, I got a long tag end right here, but just lift it off the cabinet hardware and there's one loop for you. Then you repeat it with the other end. You just repeat the, well, you know what, why don't we just do that? I'm going to make sure these things are completely separate, no wrappings at all. Okay, there are my ends. Now another thing you want to watch out for is that these ends are the same length when you get down here. If they're not, don't try to make them, you know, they're going to be pretty close, but don't force it. These two ends, if one end is like this and the other end's like this, let me get the wax going. So if one end is, if you don't have them equal, the bow's probably not going to work out. You want to make sure that they're the same length, and if they, when you tighten the string up, when you stretch it out, they have to be the same length. If they're not, you can't fake it. You can't like have one end. This has to all be tight. I know that may not make a huge amount of sense, but just trust me on this. Make sure if it doesn't work, start over. You know, you've always got more string, but you can always unwind that loop you just did and start again. It's not ruined. Alright, so now we're going to just do it again. I'm going to do it real fast this time. I'm just going to kind of go over under here, get my second loop started. And now this one, I make this second loop a little bigger, because this is the end. The bottom loop, which is what I did first, is small, and that's to stay on the bow a little bit better when you're in the process of stringing your bow. If you don't have it also helps if you have a bow stringer to have one loop smaller than the other, so it doesn't slip off in the process of getting your bow together. Now this loop should be a little bigger. Okay, I need a couple more twists. Just a couple more twists. Alright, that's going to be a much bigger loop. Yeah, much bigger loop. Alright, onto the hardware. It goes. And we're going to get our long strands somewhat separated here. Now, it also helps when you do this if you have two different colors for your bowstring, because then you can keep them a little more separate. It's hard when they're the same color because you have to kind of guess which way it's supposed to be, which tag end goes with the opposite long end. But I just kind of, yeah, that's it. Alright, now again, it's clockwise. I do a couple twists right off the bat just to get it started. So there it goes, over, clockwise and over, wise, counterclockwise, twist back, clockwise, clockwise, and then back over this way. Clockwise twist, back over this way. And you just keep going with that till your next string is done, next loop is done, excuse me. And the next loop's done. And we now have two loops, a small and a large. And what we'll do is, for the middle, you'll attach this one to the bottom, and then you'll twist this one and tighten up this, until it's twisted in the middle. So real quick, let's pretend that this cabinet is, now what I'm doing is I just come here, and you want to twist with the way you wrapped it. So I just start twisting it like this until the string is the length I want it to be, but I like to get it started just so it's all one solid piece of, string. And I'm just going to slowly pan. The string's now twisted. I have it hooked onto the cabinet because the bow's in Texas right now. But there we are down at the other end. And you can see how the tag ends are coming out a little bit there. That is why I put serving string on the ends, so they don't come unraveled. I'll also put a serving string in the middle, but there you go, that's the bowstring. And so take it off the cabinet. Here's our two ends, string in the middle, and that's how you make a Flemish twist bowstring. Let's do one more video series with this string where we do a serving, where we serve this string, huh? What do you think? Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to do that. Alright, but we're going to do it in another video. So basically right now you can stick this on the bow and it'll work. Serving strings just, enhance your string a little bit and make it easier for the arrows, nocks to click onto your string and give you more stability. But really, this is all you need. You can stick this on the bow and it'll shoot an arrow. Alright, that's it. That's how you make a Flemish twist bowstring. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Mike from Boyer Bows.